Dr. Kress, please call the operator. Dr. Kress, please call the operator.
Who the fuck are you?
My name is David Bennett. I'm your buddy.
I'm sorry. I don't pick up that channel. Want to try it again?
I said, my name is David Bennett. I'm your buddy. From the gay center?
Have a seat. Say, they really got you dolled up for your grand entrance.
Well, they said I should wear this to be on the safe side. Shouldn't I?
Well, you know what they say. If they give you lined paper, write the other way.
Well, I did feel sort of silly getting into this. But I've never done this sort of thing before.
You volunteered, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, really. I mean, I'm gay, but that's no big thing. I don't have any friends who have AIDS. My lover, Steve, he's had 2 friends who've
Died. You can say it. I won't break up.
I didn't know what to bring you. It was just an impulse.
Oh, wow. I love these. A great impulse. So what did make you volunteer to be my buddy? Fate?
No. I guess it's because of a book.
Oh God, you're not a gay writer.
No. I'm a typesetter. Freelance.
Well, word processing is where it's at.
I'm not a word processor. I'm a typesetter. It's really quite different. See, I'm setting the type for this book called The AIDS Reader, and it includes articles on how the HTLV3 virus was discovered, the quarantine laws in England, confidentiality in the blood tests, life and death statistical projections, plus first-person accounts like guys getting fired because of AIDS and getting kicked out of their apartments. And they had this one piece on being a buddy. Well, I have flexible hours, so I called the gay group and I volunteered.
So he fell asleep on you, just like that.
Uh-huh.
You must have been telling him all about typesetting.
I was. But he's on a lot of medication. I think he was just tired.
What's he like?
He seems okay. Intelligent. We're both a little nervous. Me especially.
Sorry you signed up?
Well, he's not what I expected.
Which was what?
Which was someone who was going to need real help. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do for him. Guess I imagine an AIDS patient was going to be more serious.
Well, better he's up than down.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's just the first time kinks, huh?
Well, I gotta go. I'll see you tonight.
Okay. I've decided to keep a record of my visits with Robert. A record of my real feelings about him and me being his buddy. Because I've already started to do what I always do with Steve, my friends, and myself. Fixing up what I really think so it sounds acceptable. I'm gonna try and write the truth in this journal. First, I don't think I even like Robert Willow. His smug attitude, his smirky little if they give you lined paper, write the other way bullshit. Secondly, I think Steve has already heard in my voice that part of me is sorry for having volunteered. I feel sappy about trying to help. I think I'm doing it to make me feel good. I don't have the guts to back out, to explain it to Robert or to Lynn at the center. So I'm gonna give it a try.
Sorry I fell asleep on you the other day.
No problem. How's this taste?
I hate carrots.
When did they put the IVs in?
This morning, early. But it's just for today, I guess. A new antibiotic. But it hurts to move my arms with the needles. So I feel weird. You're feeding me and I don't even know you.
Well, my name is David Bennett. I'm 25. I was born in New York City.
Not that stuff. Like, who are you?
Why don't you ask what you want to know?
When did you know you were gay? Too personal, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I never thought about that. What a weird question to ask.
I think it's basic. A person's real identity. Sex is the part that makes you in or out, hot or cold. You know where your passion is. It's not everything, but it's a big piece of the puzzle.
When did you know?
When I was 9, I had a crush on this older guy that used to wash our windows and water our lawn in San Diego, La Jolla, where I was born. God, he was tall. And he used to walk around in his shorts like he owned the world. That's when I knew. What about you?
Well, I was 16 when I realized the girls really weren't going to do it for me. I knew inside that I liked guys. And then in my senior year, I met Craig Cartwright. And he was my own age and from Staten Island, and I knew then for sure. But it was no big thing. I mean, I told my parents, and they had had an inkling about me all along, and that was it. Craig, he went by the boards pretty quickly, but I started dating guys until I met Steve.
Your parents sound cool. Mine disowned me when I told them back in 1971. It was like one of those silent films where the father throws a kid out into the storm. Except for with me, it was California sunshine. I don't want any more.
No, now the nurse said you're supposed to finish this. I mean, all of it.
Did you bring any more Reese's?
No. Now come on and try some of this very tasty... Well, you try it and let me know what it is.
dreaded hospital rat. Stephen, you tight?
We've been together for 5 years, since I was 20.
And you love him? I mean, you're still in love with him? Still too personal?
Steve doesn't even ask me questions like that.
So? That's because he knows the answer. I retract the question.
No, I mean, it's just that I'm not used to being asked about my private life. I love Steve. He's been there so long that I don't think about him very consciously. We're very different. I'm security-oriented and he's more outgoing. But we're still in love.
How can you tell? Is it still sexy after 5 years?
You've got a one-track mind. In the beginning, Steve liked to have sex more than I did, but then I sort of caught up. I know what you're thinking.
What?
Except for when we first became lovers, I've had 2 affairs. One with Steve's best friend. But since that's 4 years ago, I've been faithful to Steve. As far as I know, he's been exclusively mine. What?
That's what I was gonna ask.
What do you mean, disowned him?
Mom, when they found that he was gay, that was it. They cut him off.
But he's sick. Maybe dying. What sort of people could...
Mom, it's not like everybody has the same values.
A child is your child, no matter what. Maybe you should get their address and write them.
Mom, Robert's a grown man.
Well, you're his buddy. Maybe you should just do it. Write them a letter, set up a reunion.
Oh, fly him to New York, orchestra seats for La Caja full, and then off to the hospital for a big reconciliation.
Don't get sarcastic. You know what I mean.
Mom, if they were going to come, they would have done it by now. All parents are not like you and Dad.
Does he need anything? Does he have a lover?
I don't know. So far, I've talked more about myself than he's told me about him.
How bad is it? The AIDS.
He's had the pneumonia 2 times in the last 9 months. He's pretty weak.
Well, your father and I are very proud of you, David. Volunteering and all. If there's anything we can do, let me know. And give my best to Steve.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, dear.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Seeing Robert helpless, in pain and trying not to show it made me feel foolish. I'm glad I decided to stay with this buddy thing. Suddenly, my parents and Steve seem very special. And Robert, with his surface optimism, has piqued my curiosity. What's he like when I'm not there? What was he like before acquired immune deficiency syndrome? I hate writing the words. And I want to know how sick he really is. At the center, they said he's going to die, that there are no miracles, that I should encourage him but not get too emotionally close to him, that I must keep an objective distance or else I may not even be able to help him. It's clear that if I'm going to be Robert's buddy, I'm gonna have to do more than just show up. I'm gonna have to listen. And my mom, she couldn't understand your parents kicking you out.
Looking back, it was terrible. But at the time, I fell right into the world of dawning gay liberation in Edward's arms. Edward's a great love of my life. His 2 favorite things are getting it on outdoors and politics. Gay rights, gay community, marching, demonstrating. Edward was so intellectual, and I was a gardener, very laid back. We were a hot match, the brainy Politico and his humpy sidekick. We bought a van, drove around Yosemite, Tahoe, down Highway 1. He was my own professional homosexual. He used to lecture at schools and to the cops and before church groups. He got a job with a gay newspaper in San Francisco. And I used to help him with the midnight deliveries and the mailing lists. It was an open relationship. We both slept around, Edward more than me. I always wanted something that would last. It's funny how no two lovers ever love each other the same. Well, it was good for 7 years. Then the newspaper failed and politics went mainstream and Edward's street methods just didn't fit in. Edward moved to Hawaii and then to Portland, Oregon. He was burned out. As for me, I kept the van and I drove around like a nomad till 1980 when I met Tom, who was vacationing from New York. We fell very conventionally in love, and I came east to give it a try. Tom is a successful executive consultant, and he was a lot of fun till I got AIDS. I think that our relationship might have gotten through the usual problems. But the AIDS hysteria, the fear that he'd get it from me, the guilt that maybe I'd gotten it from him, just killed his love. So he gave me $3,000 in cash. I rented a room for my friend Philip, and I sought treatment. New York is a hard place for sick people. And if you've got AIDS, it's the pits.
He dropped you. Just like that.
Tom's not a strong person. But there's Ellen. She's a good friend, neighbor. She brings me my mail and the flowers. I never really took to New York. And by the time I realized I should have gone back to California, I was too sick to pull off the change.
Edward? Does he know?
We wrote a few letters. He came to visit me 6 months ago when I had the first bout with the pneumonia. But I was really out of it. And I wasn't able to really talk to him. He came by every day. I wished I had had the strength to talk to him then. He was really broke. And that trip took all he had on a lot of levels. I wish I could have bridged that time that we had back then. But we didn't. That was my fault.
Mr. Bennett, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's time for Robert's medication now.
You don't want to watch this. It's pretty grisly. The treatment.
No. I can take it.
I know. I was just kidding. But it's the rules.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bennett, but those really are the rules.
Come on, Davy. Come on, baby. Yeah. All right. Smooth move, baby. Not jerky. All right. All right. Now use your breath, baby. Go with your breath. Come on. Follow through. All the way through, baby. Yeah, that's it. Now bring it in. Don't close your eyes. Keep them open. Come on. Yeah, just a little more. Good. All right. Yeah, keep those elbows in, baby. Don't strain.
How can Robert just sit in that bed and tell me the intimate details of his life? Like it was some nostalgic trip down memory lane. No anger, no regret. All the time and energy wasted on his gay-lib political dreams, the gay community. And what did it get him? Abandoned. And yet he's so cool and easy with it, like he was telling me a story. Edward, the great love of his life. It sounds so silly, and yet when he said it, I thought, am I the great love of Steve's life? Is he mine?
Jim, am I a wimp?
David, you're coming along. But the problem is not in your body. Half the battle is in your mind. It's in your head.
I'm angry at Tom for not sticking by Robert, and Edward for drifting out of his life. But more, I'm deeply angry with Robert himself for taking it all without a fight, for accepting the way that these men have treated him. Although, honestly, I don't know how I would have handled it if Steve stopped caring. What would I do?
These are the galley proofs for the AIDS reader. See, these are almost finished. They're close to perfect. And I've figured out a way to lay out this material so it'll be very simple to read.
Looks like a book set to go.
See, that's the difference between typesetting and word processing. It's camera ready.
You're really into this, aren't you?
Yeah, I like my job.
AIDS is perhaps the harsh but real retribution of a God too long neglected. Nature's revenge on an unnatural minority's arrogant disregard of her elemental law. What's in this book you're doing?
Well, it has all different points of view in it.
And this is whose point of view?
Lots of religious people feel that AIDS is a punishment sent from God to gays.
Well, I mean, do people really think God wants me here?
Robert, stop.
I isolates gays from everybody else. Like we're expendable.
Robert, take a breath for Christ's sake.
It's like saying God created the Nazis to keep the Jews in line.
Robert, take a
or all the
breath.
black people starve.
Robert, come on.
No.
Robert, you're hurting yourself.
All the black people
Stop. Come on.
starving in Africa
Take a
like
breath,
it's
Robert.
their fault.
It's just a book, Robert. Come on now.
So God creates the virus to stop gay people from having sex.
Robert, just forget about the
to
book.
kill them.
Stop.
A cruel God is no God at all.
Robert, lay back. Relax. Relax.
So
Come on.
stupid.
Take a breath. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Relax. Lie back. Come on. That's good. Yeah. Come on. Relax. Relax.
Once at a swimming pool, I saw a little girl almost drown. And last year in a restaurant, I watched helplessly as a man nearly choked to death, till someone struck him on the chest and saved his life. Both that girl and man wanted to catch their breaths, but something about Robert scares me. He was more interested in shouting down that God is revenge quotation than regaining his own composure. What sort of a man could feel so personally attacked by the words on those galley sheets? I have never seen a response so inappropriate, and yet so real. He seemed willing to literally die rather than shut up. I've never met a person like Robert Willow. He unnerves me.
Hello?
David, it's Robert. I called to thank you for getting the nurse in time.
I'm sorry I brought the galley sheets in. If I thought that they were going to upset you, I wouldn't have.
No, I want to read them. It's just my way. I'm still trying to change things that are beyond me. I just get so angry thinking that some people think God is like them. Anyway, thanks for not listening, but for getting me help.
I'm glad I was there.
But look, I need a favor.
What?
Well, my roommate Philip, he's been paying my share of the rent now for 6 months, and he needs to rent my room. You know how expensive everything is in New York.
Yeah. So what do you want me to do?
Well, I was wondering if you could come to the hospital and get my keys and then go to my apartment and pick up my personal things. There's not a lot, but Philip needs a room empty.
Robert, where's he live? Can he bring your things over?
On the Upper West Side, West 76th Street. Look, David, Philip would do it, but he's afraid to come to the hospital. He's probably gonna burn the keys when you leave him, but he's done his best for 6 months.
Sure, Robert. I'll come over tomorrow.
Thanks. Philip works during the day, so you won't run into him. No scenes.
Sure, Robert. It's really no hassle at all.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Dear Edward, I don't know if I'll even mail this letter to you, but it seems like I've got AIDS. All the tests point to it, My funds are evaporating, and the first signs of this pneumonia have hit. Travel seems impossible. Tom has gone to pieces with the news, and I feel cut off and utterly alone except for Ellen, who visits and calls.
Dear Bobby, I got the horrible news from Ellen, who wrote me a note. I've seen a lot of old friends taken ill, and now you, the sweetest man. And I thought I'd run out of tears. I haven't. I'll try and get to you. As always, money is a problem. There are people here in Portland who are trying megavitamin therapy and the holistic approach. But Ellen indicated things in New York are scattered. I suppose everyone is scurrying around looking for something to make it go away. I won't bore you, but until the federal government really allocates mega dollars, you and the rest will be left to the erratically funded local scenes and the kindness of friends and strangers. A collective effort is needed, but I doubt it will happen. Love, Edward. P.S. I think my dad will give me some of the cash to visit. The AIDS issue finally got through to him.
Hi, this is Philip. If you're calling about the room for rent, and yes, it's still open, please leave your name and number so I can get back to you. I'll be in after 6 p.m., and we can arrange a time for you to see it. If you're calling for me, I'll be at my job number till 5, 206-0309. Bye for now. Wait for the beep before speaking and talk as long as you like.
Where was this? This was in San Francisco at Land's End. Edward and I were clowning around. Oh, God. What a time. Edward borrowed one of those Kodak cameras. You could run it on automatic. Was that a nude beach or what? Not really. Some people went nude. And there was a lot of action in those bushes. You could sun or fun or both.
Robert, can I ask you something? If you could be healthy, I mean completely healthy, for one day, what would you do?
No strings, just 24 hours, like magic.
A day, yeah. What would you do?
Well, I'd be with Edward. Not in the past, like in the movie, but here, in New York City. But we'd be lovers, and we'd get it on, because there's no one I've ever had who is as hot as Edward. This, of course, is a purely personal preference, but we'd be together. Breakfast, shower, then go out for a walk. Central Park. Okay, but this is a little weird. But at an offbeat time, around 2 o'clock, I'd take the People's Express and I'd fly to Washington, D.C. And I'd have a 2x4 and a magic marker and a piece of cardboard. And I'd be a one-man picket outside the White House. Just a gesture, you know, very Don Quixote. And I'd write something on the cardboard like, America, AIDS is not a gay disease. It hurts everybody. Release all the money for research and care. Then I'd go back to New York, and I'd be with Edward. We'd have a great dinner, then hit a couple piano bars for a few songs, and then go home and fuck our brains out. My Healthy Day by Robert Willow. Crazy, huh?
I just wondered.
What would you do?
What do you mean?
Well, you are healthy, and you've got Steve. What would you do with the day?
We live together. I'm not.
Another below-the-belt question.
Yeah. Your questions always seem to come out of left field. To me. Steve and I go to the movies. We visit friends. We entertain at home. Once in a while, we go out dancing. We sleep together.
Is he hot?
Yes. To me, I mean, this, of course, is a purely personal preference.
How hot? What are the juicy details?
Hot is... hot.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to hear you say the words.
Good night, Dave.
Good night.
I left those chapter headings right on top of the console.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Government projections, and these are the most conservative figures, estimate that by 1988 there could be 30,000 cases of AIDS in the United States alone. And if unchecked by a preventative vaccine and/or antiviral cure, the number by 1990 might reach 100,000 cases. Although in America, AIDS has struck mainly homosexual males. The thousands of heterosexual couples in Africa who have the illness make cruelly short-sighted the initial perception that AIDS is a gay disease. The growing number of cases among needle drug users, women, children, and the newly born present the medical and governmental establishment with the test of their ability to solve a truly national problem with international ramifications. The immediate threat to America's blood supply, the plasma industry, and the thousands of hemophiliacs who depend most immediately on the purity and availability of transfusions is forebodingly clear.
Good night, David.
Good night, babe.
Okay, today we're bringing you a special program.
I hate television.
There's a lot of good stuff on. Don't you like TV's bloopers, bleeps, and blunders? Anyway, this isn't regular television, it's a special installation.
Where'd you get the VCR?
From home. It's mine and Steve's. We bought it last year. It's great. You can watch whatever you want, when you want to.
I've read the ads.
Okay, here you go. You're into politics? Well, go for it.
Gay Day?
Uh-huh.
This year?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you get it?
There's this gay cable show here in Manhattan, and they do like national coverage. Well, I figured you'd like it. Lesbians and gays coast to coast.
Did you march?
No, I'm not into it.
Haven't you ever been to one?
A few years ago, I went with Steve. It was tacky, a freak show.
But Gay Day's great. Just look at all those people. Most of the year passing for straight, then wham, they're out. The world has to see them, has to deal with them.
Why should I want the world to see me?
Well, it beats hiding.
I don't hide. But I don't have to tell everyone in all the world every day that I like guys. It's my private business.
I wasn't trying to tell you what to do, David. I just thought that coming out was something everyone longed for. You know, a chance to be yourself without worrying who's watching or what they're thinking.
Look, Robert, I don't feel it the way you do. I'm not against the parade. I'm glad it happens. It just doesn't have this deep meaning for me.
Well, to me, it stands for not letting the world say that I'm not here. That there's only supposed to be straight people, straight love, straight pain.
Yeah, but why cut yourself off with the gay label? Why separate yourself from everybody else?
I only feel separated when I have to lie and say that I'm straight, when I'm really gay. Do you think that if straight senators and their straight sons had AIDS, that all that money that's being held up in Washington, and I read this in those galley sheets you brought in, that all that money would be taking so long to come down to research and hospices here in New York City with the most dead and the most cases. And me, I'm just a number in a pile. Here in the Big Apple, there's not even an AIDS clinic.
Robert, take it easy.
Here in New York City, it's an epidemic. And I was lost until that gay crisis group took me in. No money from the state or the city, no bucks from Washington, but just some gay people and their straight friends who volunteered. like you.
Both as a homosexual, as relating to women, sex in the terms of the clothes that they wear and stuff. There's also a political sentiment behind it. I mean, I feel a victim of sexism, and I think to understand what I am victimized about, I have to understand what sex is all about. This helps me feel androgynous or hermaphrodite. I mean, it makes me feel like a whole person instead of just half a person. It's like I'm part of the whole human race rather than just half of it.
This parade, this tacky once-a-year freak show, is my one chance to feel connected. Because they're not all just gay people marching in that crowd. There's a lot of straight people, parents, and grandparents. And in that sense, in that moment, then we are all just people, and the gay label vanishes because we're together without having to deny the differences. That's why the whole damn thing is so important to me. Besides, everybody ought to have a chance to make a little noise, raise a little hell once in a while. God, how I hate it in here when it's quiet. Sometimes I think this is the quietest place in the whole world. Some nights, I lie here in this bed, but all I can hear is the sound of my own blood running around inside me. The other night, I masturbated.
Well, that's good.
It was terrible. I jerked off. Oh, everything worked out. I haven't fallen apart yet. My cock came, but I didn't. I didn't feel it. There's more to sex than an orgasm grabbed in the dark. I started alone, and I finished alone.
Robert, you're under such stress.
David, I don't want to die. I'm gonna live, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm never gonna get out of here. I don't want to die.
I started out in this buddy thing with Robert. Give him back his life. Let him go marching in every gay day parade there is. Let him be a gardener again. Just let him out of that room, and in a flash I'm swept up in his fear of dying. I've never thought about dying, and now I'm getting attached to a guy who's going to die. I hate writing it. I despise even thinking it, like saying it makes it so, like spelling out the words that Robert will die. Is me writing his death certificate.
Do you like the cable show? Great footage.
We sort of had a fight over it.
You usually bring him some of the porno tapes, less controversy.
You know, actually, that's all I do most of the time is argue with him.
Well, that's okay. At least it's not dull.
It's all wrong.
David, it's pretty clear he's gotten very close to Robert. You know, David, the only difference between the guy you fantasize about sometimes when we have sex and the guy I fantasize about sometimes when we have sex is that I know the guy that you're thinking about.
Who?
Oh, come on. Robert, of course.
And who do you fantasize about?
Well, if you're very good and step into the shower, I may tell you.
I remember when this came out. It was years ago. You seen it?
A few times at home with Steve.
Why'd you pick it?
Because it's about San Francisco. I thought you'd enjoy it. If you want, I could always take it home and bring back The Boys of Baltimore.
Oh, this is fine. Although it's weird having you here.
I'll leave if you want.
No, stay. You can explain the parts I don't understand.
So, you admit there's some things about gay life you don't understand?
Yeah, come on, Davey, come on. Yeah. 65. Good. 66.
How am I doing?
Great. 67. Right, champ. 68. Look, Wado. Keep and shut up. 69. Breathe with it. Come on. 70. Yeah.
Did anyone ever tell you that you're beautiful? Eyes.
Yeah, 71. Ever since I got muscles when I was 15. 72. Good. 73. I also have a lovely personality, you know? 74. Last one. Come on. Yeah. 75. So how is he doing? You seem in great spirits.
He's on new pills? It's crazy. But I think Robert's over the worst. He seems a lot better. I mean, who knows? But it looks like he could hold his own and slide through the summer. Hello.
Is this David Bennett?
Yes.
I'm Sylvia Douglas with the Long Island Chronicle.
What can I do for you?
Well, I want to do an article about your work, you know, your experience being a buddy.
You what?
Ideally, an interview is what I had in mind. With you about that AIDS problem, you know, what you do as a buddy. I want to know about your clients, stuff like that.
Listen, how did you get my name and number? I don't want to give you an interview. What I'm doing is private. It's a personal thing, and I don't want to help you sell papers with the pain of a guy who
Listen, we've been trying to publish the most accurate information we can about AIDS.
Look, Ms. Douglas, I don't want to be abrupt, but I'm going to hang up with some civility right now. And I wish you wouldn't call me up again. Goodbye.
An article in a newspaper. An interview. It's ghoulish.
Why?
Because you're sick and your pain belongs to you. It's not something to sell newspapers with. It's like those TV reporters at fires asking mothers what they feel with a burnt kid in their arms.
I think you should do it. You can use my name.
Robert, I don't want to do it.
You don't have to use your own name. Nobody would know.
Is that it? You think I'm hiding? That I'm ashamed to say in public, in print?
No, David. I just thought it might help someone. You never know who reads those things. It's like your AIDS book. It'll help. It has to.
You never stop, do you?
Look, David. I know I'm losing it. I can barely remember half the things I want to say. But I'm thinking clearly now, and I think you ought to do it.
For gay lib?
No. Do it for me.
Always below the belt. There's never been anyone like you.
You can use one of my old pictures. The one at the beach.
So how's it gonna help? Tell me.
I don't know exactly. Maybe somebody reads it and becomes more careful sexually. That knocks down their chances of getting it. Or somebody reads it and sends money to one of those gay centers. Or they get angry and they write a letter to the mayor and asks why more isn't being done.
You're hopeless. You haven't learned a thing. You're still back there preaching on your soapbox, thinking that you can change the world.
I can't change anything, David. barely make it to the toilet.
Do you want to write down what I should say? I mean, if I'm gonna do this thing, I want it to be absolutely politically correct.
No. Just be honest. Just tell the truth.
So you want some more cassettes? Steve bought some more cassettes yesterday.
Well, an orderly came in yesterday. Caught me watching The Bigger, the Better. And it looks like my VCR and my growing stash of X-rated classics has to go.
Can they do that?
It's already done.
Well, I'll talk to them.
No. Don't. At this point, it's best I appear to be the most cooperative patient. I don't want to wear out my welcome.
What?
Thanks for agreeing to do the interview.
What's a buddy for, anyway?
I never used to use these, but frankly, it gets everything, so I don't have to take notes. Okay, Dave, just begin at the beginning and try and tell me about being a buddy, you know, how you got into it, why you got into it, what it's like, what he's like. And I guess we could start with his name.
His name? Is Robert Willow. He's 32. He was born in San Diego. I was assigned to him by chance. I mean, I volunteered. And we got put in with each other by the center. Robert's had AIDS for a year, and we've been buddies for 3 months. Hello?
David, I went to the newsstand this morning. I was the first one there. I bought 5 copies. David, it's beautiful. I read it to your dad this morning.
Mom, it's 7 o'clock.
I never knew you could say things like you did in that article. Robert seems like a wonderful man.
He is, Mom. Did they use the picture?
You haven't seen it?
Mom, I just woke up.
It's a full page with a picture of Robert at the beach. He is so handsome. But it's what you said about people. Wait, I have it right here. People have to feel the pain and anguish like it was happening to them. So when a person comes down with AIDS, we are all taken a little sick. Straight or gay, it doesn't matter. And the middle part, that's my favorite, where you said, here it is, here. In the beginning, I thought being a buddy was a way for me to help Robert, and now I know that he helps me to feel and grow, and face even death. David, I am so proud of you.
Ma, do they print the name of the center?
Yes, in a box at the end with the address for people to send money. There's one part I didn't completely understand.
Well, I don't remember what I said.
You said, God has not sent AIDS down to punish people, gay and straight, who are sick, because if God did that, then God wouldn't be God. What did you mean?
It's early, Mom. I didn't think the interview would print that. It's something that Robert says. That a lot of people imagine that God is just like they are. You know, a big copy of themselves. Well, Robert says that a cruel God ain't no God at all.
Well, philosophy aside, it's still a wonderful article. And you should go out and get copies for Steve and take one over to Robert. It'll make his day.
Okay, Ma. Thanks for the call.
Oh, you and Steve are coming for dinner next Sunday. Your sister's going to be here.
Right. Sunday at 5. We'll be there. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, dear.
Dr. Weinstein to ER. Dr. Weinstein to ER. EKG to ER. EKG to ER. Dr. Dillahunt, please call extension 451. Dr. Dillahunt, extension 451. Dr. Dillahunt, please call extension 451. Dr. Dillahunt, 451.
Mr. Bennett, I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Robert died early this morning in his sleep, about 4:30. It didn't get on the computer yet, and there's a new girl on the front desk, and she didn't recognize you. I'll be out at the front desk if you need me, and stay as long as you like.
David?
Yes, Steve?
I know. The center just called.
The center?
Well, the hospital called them, and they called here. Everyone's been just missing. Where are you? You okay?
I'm near the park. I'm okay. No, I'm not okay.
Come on home.
I'll be in later tonight.
David, you did all you could.
No, Steve. It just hurts. I love him. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I miss him.
I know. I'm not home.
I'll be in by 7 o'clock tonight, okay?
Okay, I'll see you then. And call the center. They sounded pretty set on you calling in.
Right.
Bye.
Lynn Ellison speaking.
Hi, Lynn. It's David.
David, they told me. The hospital called. What a terrible way to find out. Come on over. We should talk.
I'll be in by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, okay?
Are you thinking of dropping out of the program?
Lynn, don't ask me any questions right now about being a buddy or the program. I'm just gonna have to handle this. And there's something that I have to do.